Morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Good, cool. That's a good thing. This is the only time you'll hear from me. My name is Aldwin and I work for a company called Cumbria Alliance. But before we get started, I'll just tell you a little bit about me, okay? As you can tell by my Scottish accent, I don't live in Carlisle. So, I started life in the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago to be exact. And I've been living over here now for quite a long while. So I've started in London, Nottingham, Scotland, back to England, back to Scotland. Okay, I'm a traveller. So I've been working with Cumbria Alliance now for the past 3 months. Prior to that, my background is kids in crisis, families in crisis. So I've worked literally in the community sector for quite a very long while. Schools are a passion of mine, so I'm back into working in schools now. And we have a program, it's a CAF program, where we're doing social action with young people in schools, giving them the opportunities to be heard, giving them the opportunities for jobs. And with that program, we have mentors from different companies, different walks of life, coming to work with the young people to provide them with the knowledge that they have to get them started in life. So this program we've been running it now for, this is week 4, but it's a 8 weeks project and it's going to continue right through into other schools across Cumbria. So, like I said, young people is a passion of mine, it's a passion of Claire's, it's a passion of Cumbria Alliance. Okay, so now you heard from me, and we'll pass you over to Claire.
I will take the mask off. So thank you for having us here. It's really appreciated. I thought that it was really interesting that the Chancellor mentioned this fire in your belly. And actually that's what you get from Cumbria Alliance. It's about we work with young people from 14 up to 24 predominantly. And we aim to make their transition into adulthood, into a successful adulthood, as seamless as it can be. And we have different strands within Cumbria Alliance. Now, obviously, Aldwin can talk, those who know him. It's amazing that he's handed over to me. but you also don't want to hear me for the next half an hour. So what we've done is put together a couple of presentations with some of our young people speaking, and some of the programs that we do have going on. So rather than listening to us the entire time, we've got a couple of things that we'd like to present to you, then talk a little bit about how we promote inclusion throughout Cumbria Alliance, the different things that we do, because young people are at the heart of everything that we do. And we do work with the most vulnerable, we do work with the most disadvantaged young people, and we do it right throughout Cumbria. We've been predominantly West Coast based down to Funding, but we are really venturing out and about, and Aldwin will tell you about the amount of miles that he does at the moment, week in, week out. So it's one of these things which is exciting, we're very forward moving, and it's really, really lovely that you're here to just tell you what we can offer and whether or not we can work together, because partnership working, as you'll see later on, is vastly important to us. We don't want to recreate what everybody else within the county is doing incredibly well. We want to make sure that as an infrastructure organisation as well, that we play to everybody's strengths, and as we do get money in, we do distribute it with our partners in order to play to people's strengths and to make sure that the young people get what they need without that conflict. So, let's see if this actually works.
Sounds great.
That's helpful.
Cumbria Alliance to me is more than just a charity that supports young people. They support the community and the people that need it the most.
playing table tennis and stuff like that. And I've enjoyed really just like mixing with people in other schools and stuff like that. And it's kind of looking forward to see what the future brings for all the mentors and stuff like that.
When I first started coming to Cumbria Youth Alliance, I was probably at one of my lowest points. I met with two of the key workers and I don't think I stopped crying in front of them for like a good hour until I finally believed that they were going to help us like they promised, and they didn't actually break that promise. I think all the staff there are so passionate about the jobs and they're not just sort of wanting to get you in and throw you in work and be done with you. They actually genuinely do care about all of the participants there, and they've helped me so much over the last few years.
I came to Cumbria Youth Alliance 3 years ago with the idea of them helping me re-enter the workplace and with assistance for looking for work. Since then, they've gone above that and helped me with numerous other things. They've helped me gain my confidence and my ability to speak publicly. They've helped me gain more qualification through training, such as a CSCS card and a level 3 first aid qualification. Not only that, but they've helped me enter a program working at Sellafield as an engineering intern. And at the start of this year, I also became a member of their board of trustees to help support the foundation into the future. Cumbria Youth Alliance has definitely helped me more than anyone could have ever thought, and it all came from trying to help me look for a job.
mental health issues, we help them into work, we support all young people who are disadvantaged. So it's any ethnicity, any gender gap, everything we support. We have different groups running right throughout the county. Now, one of the things that Aldwin's working on at the moment is the CAF project, which is the Charities Aid Foundation's project. And we've actually taken this project into schools. You saw Xander, who is quite autistic, and he got asked if he'd like to participate. It's always a question, would you like to participate in the Positive Role Models program, which is young people working with mentors. And he loved it, and he's got so much out of that. But there were some young people who really weren't very happy about being taken out of the classroom environment because they felt as though they were not wanting to stay out there, so they were feeling as though they were being discriminated against. Why do I have to go out? Why do I have to be different? And we've listened to that because we are a youth organisation who listens to young people's voice, so we've taken it into schools. And after COVID, we can't say that no young person in Cumbria has not been disadvantaged. Hence the reason that Aldwin's doing what he's doing, which isn't just putting things back up on the wall. He has many of the skills, and a lot of what we're doing at the moment is building resilience. When things drop down, we put them back up again. we build emotional resilience, we improve social development, and what we're really trying to do at the moment throughout a lot of what we're doing is building aspiration, making sure that different districts within Cumbria we are raising aspirations to say you do not just need to go down this route just because as a family this has been a generational issue. These are the different aspirations. Meet this mentor. This is what they have come from, and this is where they have developed into. So it's all a process of evolution, and it's really exciting. Would you like to say more about the project that you're working on at the moment?
Right, okay. Well, the project is a pilot, okay? So we started early in September. It's going to be continuing right through. But the good thing about this program, we're targeting year 11s and year 12s in secondary schools up and down Cumbria. And like I said early on, we're going to be filtering it out to more schools in Cumbria. Now, the mentors that we have, when they came in, they weren't sure of what it is they needed to do. So they and the young people started the journey together. And in weeks 3, now they're literally passionate. So the young people getting a lot, because a lot of these young people would not have been able to stand in front of a group and present. And now they're all confident to be able to stand and speak in front of the school. So we're literally bringing out the best in them. And the mentors are seeing a better them as well, because a lot of the mentors starting to reflect on what it was like for them growing up as young people with opportunities. So they're willing to share the knowledge that they have. So across the schools, all the young people, the school staff, everybody's buying into the program, because youth are the next step to ours. So we all started young, but our opportunities were different. So now we're giving them opportunities from the school to continue to adulthood. Like I said, my job previously was dealing with kids in crisis, kids who didn't have a voice, kids who didn't know where they were going next, kids who were always in the system, kids who were always being arrested, kids who literally had no future. So now we're in schools and trying to bridge that gap to say, you know what, you could go left rather than go right. So this CAF program is going to be successful. I'm being really big about myself. It's going to be really successful because we want it to succeed. We want young people to have a voice where they're not being hidden in the background, and everybody needs to appreciate that they have value to the community.
Because we also support care leavers within the Youth Promise strand, and we, again, some of the most vulnerable within society. We also we're the only other company within Cumbria to have a Duke of Edinburgh licence. Now, the County Council have got the licence to run throughout the schools, but we're allowed to target the most vulnerable within the schools and actually work with them. And it's amazing, again, the impact that can have, taking learning outside of the traditional classroom and just really working on those skills that those young people need in order to build aspirations and to build understanding of what their strengths are. So we also we have a pipeline of transition that runs from Youth Promise up to Youth Ambition. So we identify the young people within schools, we try to stop them from becoming neat, we offer support and encouragement in order to get them into something that they are happy with. We then support them through Youth Ambition strand, which is employability, transferable skills. We offer one-to-one support, face-to-face support, group, online support. Who doesn't love a good Zoom or a good Teams these days? And it's brilliant to be able to engage our young people in such different ways. We offer choices programs, we offer Youth Futures Foundation, we actually have a contract with the DWP, again to try and get those young people who are neat at this point in that time, not in education, employment and training, and actually encourage them through confidence building, raising aspirations, into work or into training or into something that they actually feel as though they're going to have that successful adulthood. We work with tons of partners because we very much believe that we can better support the community by allowing everybody to do what they do best. And these are just some of the partners up on the screen. These are just some of them. I couldn't fit everybody on. So, we do work with a lot of mental health charities. We have COVID funding, in which we actually got the money and we have disseminated that over to partners, so again there's not going to be duplication. And right across the county, young people are getting the support they need to enable them to move forward with mental health, with their mental health, and to just feel better about themselves and to be able to move on. The infrastructure itself, we support a lot of partners and we work in conjunction with a lot of partners through very many different projects and groups that we help run. So, Aldwin, is there anything else that you'd like to add into here?
No. I'm waiting for this poster to drop again.
He's on poster duty. I think that it's really important that we just show you a little snapshot about exactly what we do. We don't just roll out programs. We actually, this is something that we call a Me tool. It's something that we spent 18 months in development. And it's a way of just assessing young people and their socio-emotional journey, really, and to see what impact that the programs that we run have on these young people. So we look at all different aspects of their social and emotional journey, employability skills, relationships, aspirations, and we ask them to self-assess at the beginning of any project, and then we ask them to keep on assessing as we're going on. Then we can identify weaknesses, we can identify what barriers the young people have, and we can identify how we can then put things into place to support them to move forward. That's massively important to us. And of course, we are a third sector organisation. We need to justify to funders why they've given us copious amounts of money in order to benefit the young people of Cumbria. And actually, Aldwin, we've had to take it in a slightly different direction in school, and we're a bit down with the kids, we feel now at the moment, because we've actually taken this onto Kahoot, which is something that you do, I don't know, on phones, in classrooms. And yeah, Aldwin is now the most techno-savvy of all of us.
It's alright, okay, see this in the Me tool. Just to recap, a lot of the young people, when we started, they were nervous around strangers because going into school to deliver to 78 kids who've never met you before, and the staff have never met you, so they had to grade themselves from 1 to 6. And when we started, a lot of the kids, this is week 4 like I said, a lot of the kids started at 1. And on the 4th week, they graded themselves again. A lot of them were 3s and 4s because they were getting a lot more confident because we were building and pulling out the best in them. So because it's in small groups and it started small, talking in front of people, the confidence built. The emotional well-being, that improved as well, the independent living skills. And one of the things was, can you make a meal? Not a microwave meal, I mean a proper meal. So a lot of these kids could cook, but they didn't know they had the skill to do it. So in the program, we're teaching them different things about themselves. Healthy lifestyle, key skills, and relationships, because relationships at home is tangible at the best of time. And a lot of these young people, come from disaffected homes, although they come from a home. And it's to get them where the relationship with the parents, with the siblings, improving on a day-by-day basis. So with this SCAF program, this is helping them to be grounded and to look at things from a different angle.
And of course, any of these results, that, you know, it's a conversation started with our young people. And these obviously we pass on to teachers, social workers, you know, PA should the young people be in care. So it is something that we can base around conversation, but it's something that if we're identifying them in year 9, 10, 11, 12, we can support them, we can help them overcome these barriers, because if one of our young people is sofa surfing, then the potential of that really successful adulthood is really difficult because of that massive issue of not knowing where they're going to be sleeping that night. And so it is something that, you know, we find it's really important to say to you that, you know, we're not just rolling out programs, what we're doing is we're assessing individuals, not just cohorts of young people as well. Because our CAF programme, we're working with 360 to 400 young people just in this pilot phase, which is an amazing amount of young people to work with. And we're gathering significant data, impact measurement, that we can prove that getting these mentors in, who were terrified, by the way, absolutely terrified. Some of them, we've got heads of really big companies, and they were really nervous. And it's amazing actually how much all of them have come on, mentors and the students themselves. So we are a company who really, it's all vulnerable young people. We very much believe in inclusion. And if there's anything we can do to support, then please, we will be around to answer any questions. If anybody's interested in the Me tool, we are working with partners and we are doing training on it. It's not copyrighted. It's something that we've come up with and we think it is really, really valuable. So please get in touch. We're more than happy to talk you through.
Are you doing this instead of the outcome stars
Yeah.
now then? Right,
Yeah.
so the outcome stars are no longer a thing.
No, well, the outcome star we were using, Youth Star for our younger cohort of young people, Work Star for the older cohort of young people. No parity across the organisation. So this has been written by us as a cohort, and we find that with the amount of experience and skills that everybody's got, it's very different than Outcome Star in how it's phrased. But of course, any sort of asset-based evaluation tool does have similarities.
Yeah, because there's another thing with, I can never remember it, but it was sort of, no, I can't remember what it's called. I always know what the logo looks like, but I can't put the letters in it. So, but it's basically the same as that. So.
Yeah. And actually, if you look at the probation and how they use theirs, everybody's got very similar ones. This, we feel, is tailored to us, and that our partners are using it as well. We actually have a system called Upshot, which is our management information system, and our partners use the same system in order to log the details of all of the young people that we're working with, so we can get information and data across the partners. So it's all interchangeable at the moment, and it's going in a really good way.
So when you say it's not licensed, it means anybody can use it then?
Anybody can use it, yeah.
But there is training to use it?
Well, there's training. There's a lot of information about discussion around the employability skills and how the pipeline's structured. So, I'm happy to do that, but, likewise, it isn't licensed. So, what I think we'll leave you on is this, which is, again, there's a bit of me talking, so ignore that part, obviously. But this is about our West Cumberland Mental Health Partnership. And again, you'll hear from some of our other colleagues and some of our young people that we work with. And I think that the end statement with this, I do well up, don't I? I'm so soft, I do well up. But I think it just sums up what Cumbria Youth Alliance is.
So my name's Gary Fraser and I currently manage the Youth Ambition strand here at Cumbria Youth Alliance. We've been working across Cumbria for 25 years, providing advice and guidance to young people between the ages of 15 and 24.
We offer a variety of programmes to build up self-esteem, resilience, social development, communication, and we do that in lots of different ways. We have Duke of Edinburgh, we have care leavers, we offer all sorts of different strategies in order to support those young people who may struggle otherwise, and building aspirations as to where they actually want to move forward in the future, so that they can have a sustainable, happy and productive adulthood.
Hi, I'm Claire. I'm the in-care lead for Cumbria Youth Alliance, which means I look after all the young people in care that are introduced to me and work with them to help them gain independence, help them with confidence building, low-level mental health and anything else tailored to that specific young person. I know that Cumbria Youth Alliance are delighted to be part of this partnership. It has enabled us to support young people, particularly care leavers, down the West Coast, and they wouldn't necessarily have had that without this funding. It enables me to work with other partners, Together Wheats, Viral, Always Another Way, KDAS, I Can Fitness and Health, to name a few, which all offer very specific mental health provision, which makes it perfect for any young person that needs to access any further mental health and something that I can't give them, and I know that I can transfer or signpost them to the correct people who will know exactly how to help them.
I'm Rob, I work with Claire at the Cumbria Youth Alliance. So she's helped me with my confidence and building my confidence around work and budgeting my money and shopping and stuff like that. It's like getting my course at college and then hopefully find employment, and then in the future my plan is to own my own business.
So I left school, but my sixth form journey was disrupted because of COVID-19, the pandemic. So I missed out on a lot of guidance from school as in what to do in the future as an apprenticeship or university. So I came here for a bit of guidance. They helped me develop skills and confidence surrounding work and things that I'd never really experienced before, and just making sure that I was happy and confident in my university applications.
Some young people, just lack confidence, they lack self-esteem, so building up levels of engagement, providing a routine and providing some structure can really help young people sort of progress and move forward.
I see a great proportion of these young people between 15 and 18 that need just directing in the right way so they can achieve what they can achieve. They're good kids and they just need a chance.
That's the bit that gets me every time. And I think that just sums up really exactly who we are, because we work with those young people who do genuinely just need a chance. And we're there to give them, and we're working bigger, and our vision is huge at the moment. So thank you so much for listening, it's much appreciated. And so thank you so much. And if you've got any questions, please feel free.
Hi, Owen Carney, Fire Rescue Service. How do you become a mentor?
All you've got to do is, you've just got to talk to me, or Aldwin, because anybody who fancies becoming mentors, honestly, it's really rewarding. I think it's a bit frightening at first, but my goodness, they're really coming into their own, our mentors, aren't they?
Anybody can be a mentor,
Yeah.
no matter your job, your status or whatever. Once you have life skills that you can transfer onto young people and show them their different avenues, anybody can become a mentor. We have, as a mentor, we have the High Sheriff, and I put him on the spot and to talk to a group. And he was nervous because he's a High Sheriff, he's used to talking to people, but young people are a different ball game. And he was nervous to speak to them for the first 2 minutes, but then he settled in. So anybody can become a mentor. Once you have something to give and you have time to spare, these young people would love it.
We've got mentors. We've got the head of Mighty Security. He's one of our mentors. We've got a lad who's just finished university. He's actually dropped out to a law degree, and he's a mentor because, you know, the university route isn't for everybody. So it's one of these things in which nobody's experience and it is invalid. It's brilliant to have as many people on board. And so if you are interested, obviously, you know, you're going to have a conversation with me afterwards, because it would be brilliant to have as many people on board as possible. So thank you for your question.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Sarah from the Happy Mums Foundation. We support mums with mental health. My question was really about, given what you said about how every young person in the last few years has been disadvantaged and affected, how do you manage that demand? Because sure, kind of everybody needs you, don't they?
They do, and as you'll be very aware, mental health provision is so stretched at the moment. It's so difficult to get the correct support for everybody, which is why we got the comp funding, which was quite a lot of money, and we distribute it to the partners. So again, if we try to do it ourselves, we don't have the skills, we don't have the abilities, but our partners do. So it's working with those people to best distribute the funding, so there's no clash. And that's the thing, isn't it, so that everybody's doing what they are best at doing. Hence the reason that, you know, we have Spiral, we have ICANN Fitness, we have Together, we have so many different partners. It's doing the best we can with the resources that we've got, and unfortunately it's not enough. We know it's not enough, but if we get more partners on board and we understand exactly what it is that everybody can offer, we can then extend funding hopefully and build people into further bids. Thank you.
Thank you.
One more.
How far, when you say up to the, sorry, my name's Lena. How far up the west coast do you go? Because what area are you covering?
Cumbria.
Just Cumbria as
Cumbria as a whole. So at the moment we work in Trinity, here in Carlisle, and we also work down in Millen. We work in Barrow.
Coniston.
Coniston, yeah, John Ruskin down in Coniston. Aldwin's favourite school, although he shouldn't really have favourite. We work at Kirby Stephen, Appleby, so all over, yeah. And we've got bids in now to extend and expand that right throughout Cumbria as well. Yeah, it's exciting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you do any work around far-right extremism and young people?
Okay. That's a good one.
There is tendency around the West Coast and the South
yeah.
far-right extremism. Are you addressing that because it's mainly young people who get referred in?
There is, but because, like I said, we just started back into schools, okay? We're trying to get young people's confidence up because they're starting to open up and talk to us. So the first step is to get confident, build their confidence so they'll be able to comfortable to speak to us. Because I worked in crisis before and I dealt with a lot of what you were saying, okay, because they were coming from all across the United Kingdom and they were placed in Cumbria here. So I and my previous company had to deal with that. So, but with these young people in schools, okay, what we're trying to do with them initially is to get them on side, get them thinking, get them talking, get them opening up before we approach any other subject.
And we've all just done the prevent training as well. And it's something that when we are talking to our young people, we have certain things that we watch for, and particularly those disassociated, disaffected young people. And we do have things that we do to monitor the young people that we are working with in order to hopefully identify signs and then signpost them to different organisations who can really support. So I think it's more identification and signposting from us at the moment, but again with the partners and the work that we do a lot of work in, for example, the foyers within the county, and we do a lot of work on things like that, bringing partners in order to support messages such as that. So again, it's more partnership working than anything that we deliver. We don't do, in fact, the CAF programme and Choices programme and the Youth Futures Foundation, they're the only delivery aspects that we do at the moment. A lot of it is partnership working and ensuring that we are working with our partners to make sure that everybody's playing to their strengths. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Working with the Youth Alliance because we got our new youth worker Ben, and Ben's going to be doing his training with the Cumbria Youth Alliance.